Good afternoon, everyone. I hope you all are having a great day thus far. Thank you so much for pushing play and joining me on Victorious Moments. Today, I want to talk to you very briefly about fear. You may or may not have had an issue with it, but for me in my personal life, it's something that I have definitely, been challenged in. And so, what I've learned is fear is something that if you allow it, it can prevent you from moving, and the things that it is that you want to do, and even prevent you from doing things that you know that God is requiring you to do. And again, that's if you allow it. As I'm sitting here, I'm just reminded of a time where there was something I wanted to do in terms of business, and I had this idea of something that I wanted to do. I did some research, where I wanted to set up shop, and my funding was together, everything, it all lined up perfectly in my mind. And so in my excitement, of this new venture that I was, looking forward to beginning, I shared with someone, what it is that I wanted to do. Um, I made the phone call and I called them and let them know, I ran it down from A to Z, and they listened while I spoke. And then when I was done, the very first thing that they said was, "You don't want to do that." And so I was in, disbelief and shock, like, well, why don't I want to do that? That doesn't make sense. Weren't you listening to me and all of this, this grand idea, of something that I had, and everything, worked out so perfectly for me to be able to do it. And so they began to tell me all of the negative reasons why I didn't want to do it and what possibly could go wrong, and then what would happen if this happened and what if that happened, and on and on and on. And had I known what I know now, I would never have allowed them to go on. As soon as I heard you don't want to do this, I would have shut it down. But I didn't know that then. And so I listened. And by the time we got off the phone, I was questioning why I ever wanted to do it in the first place. And as a result, guess what? I never did it. I didn't do it. I took on their fear and made it my own, and it prevented me from doing the very thing that I was so gung-ho about doing, and who knows how that would have changed the course of my life, or my family's life for that matter, and people around me, had I, not fed into their fear and walked out on my faith. So I just want to encourage you, if you're in a situation where there's something that you want to pursue, or God is leading you to do some things, for ministry, business wise, whatever it is, walk out on faith, step out in it. Don't allow fear to paralyze you. That's something that I've learned, from that whole experience. One is that you can't share with everyone your dreams, and your visions and what it is that you desire to do. You can't share that with everyone. Another one is that fear is a paralyzer, and it will prevent you from moving forward. It's also a dream killer and a destiny stiller. And your destiny is too important to allow it to be, taken from you, to be stolen from you, simply based on fear. Another thing that I've learned is that you can't attain success when you're walking in fear. It's impossible, because fear prevents the movement. So just be encouraged today. And if there's something that it is that you desire to do, do it. Whatever it is that has you bound by fear, you have to break agreement with it. Break agreement with whatever it is that causes you to have fear, and move. Do that very thing that you're afraid to do. Just do it. Step out and conquer. And in closing, I just want to say that, as a reminder, we already have the victory. We already have it. It's assured, it's guaranteed. It's time to live it. God bless you, and I love you all.